Okay, let's just get this out of the way. What happened to Wizard Liz? I'm talking about the walk away from anything that disrespects you, girl. The self-love queen who taught millions of women how to level up, set boundaries, and never settle. And then boom, out of nowhere, her entire online image shatters. Cheated on while pregnant, quietly married this whole time, suddenly donating $50K to single moms. It's messy, it's confusing, and honestly, some parts of it don't sit right with me. Today, we're breaking down the reality of Wizard Liz, not just the cheating drama, but the online persona she's built and the questions people are finally starting to ask. So then came the Landon thing. Her fiancé, or actually secretly, her husband Landon Nickerson, was exposed for cheating. She shared it publicly. He made a secret Snapchat account to message other girls while she was 4 months pregnant, and yes, I'll say it, that is awful. Absolutely not okay. But here's the weird part. Liz had been showing off this perfect love story online for months, posting couple goals content, flaunting the ring, giving advice from a place of clarity. And then overnight, it all fell apart. Fans felt confused. Some felt betrayed. Because how do you go from "this is the man I manifested" to "this man cheated on me while I was carrying his child," and expect the audience not to feel whiplash? Let's talk about the image Liz has created. Her whole vibe is about transparency, right? About being raw and honest. She's always talking about how she built herself from the ground up, how she escaped toxic cycles, how she's healed. But the more you look, the more some of it starts to feel off. Like she talks about coming from poverty, but doesn't really explain how she went from struggling to suddenly living this ultra-luxurious life, flying across the world, dropping merch and skincare. And who helped her? Did she have financial backing, a mentor, a partner? That context matters, especially when you're selling a dream to young women. I want to say this clearly. There is nothing wrong with making money from your platform. But when your brand is all about empowerment, and then you start selling $70 pajamas, expensive jewelry, and vague skincare products, it starts to feel less like healing and more like marketing. Again, there's also this growing feeling that some of her advice, while powerful, doesn't always land in the real world. Like the classic Liz line, "Don't chase him, become her." Amazing in theory. But what about the girls who are working 3 jobs? The ones stuck in actual survival mode? Self-love isn't always candles and journaling. Sometimes it's just getting through the day, paying rent, trying not to fall apart. Liz speaks from a very elevated place. She lives a soft life now, and there's nothing wrong with that. But is it relatable? Is it honest? Or has it turned into a filtered, aesthetic version of healing that feels untouchable? Let's talk about how she handled the cheating fallout. Liz said she'd sell her $100,000 engagement ring and donate the money to single moms. Bold, dramatic move. But then, turns out she legally couldn't sell the ring. So instead, she donates $50K from her own account, which, cool. But again, that felt like a headline, not a healing moment. And about the marriage, yep, she and Landon were actually married, quietly, privately, and none of us knew. That's her right, for sure. But when your whole brand is about living authentically and helping others through relationships, it feels weird that she hid something that major. Are you being authentic, or are you curating your reality to fit the narrative that sells? Look, none of this is to say Liz deserved to be cheated on. Nobody does. And honestly, it's as admirable that she's choosing to move forward with grace, especially while becoming a single mom. But when your platform is built on healing and empowerment, and your audience is mostly young women looking for direction, you owe them honesty. Not just the polished quotes and perfect lighting, but the uncomfortable truths, the real mess behind the scenes, the parts that don't go viral. Healing isn't a trend. It's not something you sell in a product drop or a quote on Instagram. It's slow, it's ugly, and it doesn't always look good online. I'm not saying cancel Wizard Liz. I'm saying hold people, especially influencers, accountable when their message starts to feel like a brand, not a belief system. Because if we're going to talk about real self-love, then it starts with calling out the filters, even the spiritual ones.